Lakers, we filled out most of our roster here. We are in August now. We only have 3 roster spots left. I know who I want, and I'm gonna name them at the end of the video, but I wanna hear who you want. Who do you want to come play for the Lakers this upcoming season? Leave in the comments below. So before I get talking about the 2022 roster, we gotta give a big shout out to Rob Pelinka. Man, in Rob we trust, bro. He never lets me down. Rob is the man, the guy for the job. I understand why Jeannie Buss has so much trust in him. He is a straightforward guy, and he gets the job done. He knows how to do his job, bro. If we could have him throw on a jersey and go play, he would be a reliable guy. Like, that's how reliable Rob Pelinka is. You know, after Magic Johnson left abruptly in 2019, all the reins were handed over to Rob Pelinka, and it was a big question of what was gonna happen. But guess what? Every roster that Rob Pelinka has created has looked amazing. The 2020 roster won a championship. The 2021 roster looked great on paper, but fell due to injuries. And now we are going to get into the 2022 roster. But before we get into that, make sure you like the video and subscribe. It is free. It is free for you to watch. Just like and subscribe. It helps me out greatly. Just please do that for the kid. Now, let's get into the roster. I'm not gonna be going in a particular order. I'm just going off Lakers.com and the roster we have currently right now. The first guy I wanna get into, Carmelo Anthony. I have wanted Melo on the squad for years now. I always imagined he would look great in a Lakers uniform. I used to dominate in 2K with him when I was younger. When I used to play with the Knicks on 2K, like, I would torch fools using Carmelo. Anyways, but for real though, Melo is going to be great. He is going to play Kyle Kuzma's position better than Kyle Kuzma. He's gonna be playing that 4 scoring. That's who we need coming off the bench to be a spark for our offense. That's who we envisioned Kyle to be. But you know, that didn't really happen. I know, we can make excuse, oh, I had to do other things. I had to play a little bit of defense. I was trying to learn how to play make, bro. Like, you picked up your defense in the back half of the season and you couldn't pass for shit. Like, bluntly, bro, you are deceiving everyone. You could not pass nor handle the rock. You were an embarrassment. So thank you. Go off to the Wizards. Don't want to see you again. Melo, great, going to be amazing off the bench. Trevor Ariza, another great signing. You know, it's kind of really heartfelt, to be honest. Kind of pulls at your heartstrings. You know, he's already won a championship with the Lakers, and you know, him coming back, being from that Kobe era, being from when Kobe was on top, it's gonna be very good for the team. You know, as I'll get into later. But there's a lot of sticking points. There's a lot of Lakers that are returning. That's gonna be good for the chemistry of the squad. They already know LA. It's gonna be under a different system of Frank Vogel. Just being familiar with purple and gold, being familiar with the fans, being familiar with SoCal, and everything that entails with that is a great look. And Trevor Ariza is older, and you know, it's just a good signing because it's someone we needed and something we didn't have last year. Ken Bazemore, another returning Laker. You hate to see him leave the first time, and now he's back. This is just all adding to what we lacked last year, is in shooting, and now we're getting these guys that are shooters. Like Kent returning, of course you got Anthony Davis returning, I would hope so. Wayne Ellington, he was on the 2015 Lakers, a guy I got to watch as a kid. Like, I saw an interview of him the other day, just a great humble dude, and you know, he knows his role. He knows his role, shoot the ball, that's all we want. This is great because there's a lot of guys coming in that already know their role off rip, already understand the game plan. Wayne Ellington going to be shooting, most likely, probably, definitely, best shooter, probably going to happen. Marc Gasol returning. A lot of mixed feelings about it. Well, a lot of mixed feelings for a lot of people. I am personally happy with it. Straightforward, we needed him to come back. You know, he is a leader, a floor general, an amazing passer. That alone, and he can shoot threes, for real. He can shoot. With all that alone, and of course, he's a little sluggish, but you know, he knows good positioning, which makes up for that slow feet. But he's not gonna be our first option at the big, but he can be plugged in when we need him to, which is perfect. His role is gonna be different than last year's. He complained about last year, like, oh, like, he was the one like making a little fuss over it about his role being changed up, but now he knows who he is. He saw last year, he heard the comments last year of, you know, how he's almost a liability and slow. He made up for it in the back half of the season, and you know, he's going in with a different role this year, and he's going to understand that, and the Lakers, like constructing a roster, understand that. THT, we resigned THT, which is great, young talent. I talked about how I wanted him to, you know, be used as an asset to bring another guy back, like a shooter, like in a Buddy Hield trade that out. Can't happen now because we got Russ. And I said we should have kept Alex Caruso because he's a little bit older, wiser, a stabilizer. But, you know, Alex Caruso got offered too much money. Lakers couldn't even offer him any money. It was just like, bro, like, we can't compete with this offer. So he walked, which makes sense for Alex, you know, great, very well deserved. Where he came from, how he come up, undrafted, G League, created a role for himself off his defense, created his offense, landed himself a giant contract. Amazing for Alex Caruso, congrats. So now we got THT, which is great, young, still on time to, you know, keep developing. He's a ball handler and is a shot creator. He just needs to develop that, and of course his catch and shoot game needs to be developed. Other than that, you know, THT can still be on pace to develop. Dwight Howard, this was probably the news that got me most excited. It got me excited the first time when he was returning. Now it's got me even more excited because yes, he's a champion, was something we lacked in the 2021 season, and so now he is our main center. Our main, he is our main center. He's not going to be starting because Anthony Davis is honestly going to be starting at center, but he's going to be that backup center. I guess you could say he's our first string center. He's not, because Anthony Davis, but you know what I'm saying. He's going to be our go-to standard center, and that's going to be great with the pairing of Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, and Marc Gasol. We have 3 different complete guys that are going to be playing that big, which is going to be great for anything thrown at us. Of course, LeBron James, Malik Monk, great signing. I know he got injured last year, but a lot of high hopes, can shoot and is young. We got another young guy. Kendrick Nunn, another great guy that's going to be plugged in to our guard rotation. We got a lot of guards, and which is great. That was a comment I made in my last video regarding the Lakers. So Rob Pelinka obviously listened to me. If one guy has an off night, plug in the next one. And of course, Russell Westbrook, the biggest trade this offseason. Another superstar that has been added to the Lakers roster. I am really excited now. After all the shooting we got, it only makes sense that Rob Pelinka made that trade. Now you got 3 superstars and pieces that can be plugged in around them, which is looking real scary right now. Looking real scary, I'm gonna be honest. And before you mention it, before you even think it, why is the Lakers roster so old? Well, we want to win, bruh. We don't care. We know what it takes to win, and it takes IQ guys, veteran talent to win. And yes, our defense is going to slip a little bit this season. I don't expect it to slip that much being ran under Frank Vogel, but we got better in offense this year. It statistically shows we got better in offense already. Before we even stepped on the court, we got better offense. I can tell you that right now. We did hire Fizdale, which is going to be a great offensive mind on staff for Frank Vogel. So what are we really saying here, bruh? We got a squad. I don't care if it looks like a retirement home up in Staples, bruh. It doesn't matter. We are here to win now. Most of our roster is on 1-year deals, which is great. So if it fails middle season, we can make some options, getting guys out of there. But for the most part, this roster is ready to go. A lot of these guys want rings. A lot of these guys feel the weight on the Lakers organization and what is at stake here with LeBron James and Anthony Davis here. And now Russell Westbrook, it is championship time. Everyone knows what the deal is. Everyone knows what they're walking into. Age in their minds are just a number. They're here to win right now. And Frank Vogel got his contract extended, which is great. You never want your championship coach to go into the season knowing that it's his last year. And so now we extended that contract. A lot of you guys want to complain, oh, Frank doesn't know offensive rotations. I know, but guess what? We upped our staff. Even though we lost 2 guys off our coaching staff, we brought in Fizdale, so that should be good for offense. You know, you want a little quick reminder? He won a championship with LeBron in Miami. So, bruh, so it should be, we're good. We got an offensive mind on the staff. We got Frank Vogel running, of course, that defensive mind. And we got an older roster who is ready to win now. Guys that can get buckets. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great season for LA. A lot of hype going into the season, and we're not going to be lacking this year, bruh. So the last 3 roster spots. The last 3 roster spots that I want filled out for the Lakers. I hope you already left yours in the comments, but these are my 3. Paul Millsap has a similar sort of build to Markieff. You know, since Markieff's not coming back, you know, that would be a cool role to fill, kick cold bodies. That would be great for that role, you know, kind of in the back half of the rotation, if any. And that would be a good guy, you know, that we might need to go to sometimes. JJ Redick is another one. I know we have a bunch of shooting, but guess what? There can never be too much shooting. I would love JJ to come play with the Lakers. That would be awesome, just in case, you know. Bro, what if Wayne... I don't even want to... Dude, knock on wood. Knock on wood. But what if someone gets hurt? What if one of our shooters gets hurt? Dude, you can't have too much shooting nowadays. Just go get JJ. And the third one I think I would have to go with is... Jared Dudley.